of the Peninsula Multi-Faith Coalition and the founder of Interfaith Shadi. So he's going to be sharing about his learnings from guiding youth through interfaith marriages.
Thank you, Ritu. It's so amazing to see the young generation have interest in religion and inviting the religious people. It's really amazing. And it's really nice, as we have seen, so many beautiful religions, so many ways of doing things together. Now I'm going to put everything together. Unfortunately, it's like beautiful milk, so much nutrition, and beautiful yogurt, so tasty. When you put together, doesn't goes together. And that's what this interfaith marriage is like.
Yes.
I've been working on this field for the last 16 years. I have guided 1,200 youths, all kind of faiths from all over the countries. They come running to me that, oh my God, I'm in this relationship for 3 years, 10 years, and all of a sudden now this person is telling me, and many of them want to commit suicide. I'm done with it. So I'm not here to say interfaith marriages are bad, because I have seen so many wonderful interfaith marriages. So I don't want you to take away wrong message. But at the same token, interfaith marriage could really mess up your life. And I always telling jokingly that marriage, interfaith, the divorce costs 10 times more than the marriage. And having the child custody and the lawyer cost is 100 times more than your marriage. So think before you get into interfaith marriages. Now, it may sound overwhelming. Somebody like young people, just tell me 1 second, what should I do? I said, simple. Just like title of book. When you are in interfaith relationship, anything first day to come out, just think of it, share and respect with equality. Simple. Is it that simple? No. Let's say share and respect to each other. So Ritu is taught, probably mom taught, I should not use the name, just somebody that taught that yes, we should share and respect each other. So let me give you the example, one I'm right now working with it, and that is a guy named Vinod, very highly professionals, married to a Jewish lady, had children, now going through severe divorce and child custody battle. So I start talking to Vinod that, so what is the issue there? So tell me, what is it like? So he says they had a Christian marriage and also had a ketubia, that's a Jewish contract. They, after marriage, there was a synagogue, so they also, Vinod also joined the synagogue. And also they have a son, and on 8th day they have the bridge ceremony, so we did the bridge ceremony. So everything he did it, he shared everything from Jewish side. And so I said, wait, that's not sharing I meant. What is on the other side? What Hindu contract did she sign for it? He says none. Did you took her to Hindu wedding and mandirs and all that? No. And was child given the Hindu rituals? Because there are many. And he says no. So I said, you did not share. You just accepted whatever she's giving you. But you never bother to see whether it's only one way. Give me, give me, give me. So it's only you give. You did not share it. So that's why the last part is important, with equality, 50-50. So when you are in a relationship like that, before that, and again, it's mainly reason to ward off the religious fanatic. There are so many religious fanatic out there. So, and how do you measure it? That's a simple litmus test. Just talk about equality. Everything has to be 50-50. I come to your temple, synagogue, you come to next to me. And if you share this way, the other party will really realize that the other party, this party is not going to be converting to me, and it's not going to be happy. So probably they will run away, and you avert the problems. Now, it's what happened that many times parents goes with these raise the children with a blank slate. that, okay, I did not give any religious education to my children, and so they are so blank goes there. And when they go to college, what happens that when you all go with a blank slate, there are religious, those predators there who are all around. They realize that this person is an NONE, has not carrying any faith or don't believe in their own faith. They really start circling around and try to love proselytize. And then you become a victim of it, or you may become a victim of it. So I always tell parents that if you are concerned about it, it's better to install your own faith, your pride into your child. And that way, when they go out on their own, then they have a right, you're telling me about new religion. I know my religion. Let me go check many other religions and see what is the plus and minuses. And when you put together, you realize that, I don't need to convert it. I respect you. But there is no reason to give up 100%, 0% deal. So in interfaith marriage, I always say is that equality is very, very vital. Stay put, and that's mainly to ward off religious fanatics. 40% of people from all faiths, 38% of Hindu, my own survey, 45% of Muslims marry outside Islam in America, and 40% all over. So it's a very high prevalence of people getting married to interfaith, and that's getting a part of the life. Unfortunately, during dating time, 1, 2, 5, 10 years, no question comes up. But all of a sudden, as soon as the marriage comes, hell freeze loose. For example, Hindu and Muslim are marrying, then Hindu party says, well, let's have our Hindu ceremony. And then Muslim party will say, wait, that's so many gods. That's a polytheism. That's not accepted to me. Again, I don't want to go into detail. We are not polytheists. And then Muslim side says, I want to have a Islamic nikah. That means the person has to have a shahadat, religious conversion. Then there is only one imam I know in this whole world who will perform Islamic nikah without religious conversion. And I have published the article. You can check my article in Patheos. So point is, you've been in dating for 1 to 10 years. Why the religious conversion never came up? Why just 6 months before and then you have to convert? Or on second choice is just give up the love relationship. Just because in the name of God you give up your 10 years of wonderful love relationship. Let's say Christians and Jews getting to marry, or Christians and Muslims, the combination. Major discussion point is, who is Jesus? Is just a son of God or some kind of apostle? Because the Quran itself says that to believe that Jesus is the son of God is a monstrous falsehood. Versus that's a Christianity's fundamental belief that Jesus is a son of God. Now, this all may be very theoretical. Youths in college, I don't give a damn, I can get away with it. But the point is, you want to get married. You go to Catholic church and want to get married. They says you need Hindu or non-Hindus must sign, non-Catholic must sign this prenuptial agreement that the child will be baptized and raised in Christian faith only. Any Catholic faith, you must sign this prenuptial. And that has a clear legal consequences. Because like this Vijay's case, when the case is in the court and you are fighting for rights of it, judge will say, wait, you have to sign this contract, you cannot have the children, or this one. Now going back to the Vijay case, and I will end my story there. So where did this court matter end? So here he says to the court says, okay, you can have children for half days, she can have the other half days, so that's normal. Now she starts taking children to the synagogue for bar mitzvah, and that's a very heavy, intense course. So this Vijay says, okay, I'm taking my children to Baliviyar Hindu Sunday school. Even deal, go, okay, no problem. But then, because of the conflict in time, this bar mitzvah takes more time, and she has to take the children during the Hindu Baliviyar time. So she goes back to the court again. That give me your time for my Jewish education. He says, no way. He hired the best lawyer. They are in front of court. Court says, wait, what kind of Hindu you are? You are not even Hindu. And he says, no. I'm doing meditation for last 20 years. I've been doing meditation. I mean, that's a serious stuff. And you know what court says? No, meditation is some kind of relaxation techniques. That's not religion. I mean, have you been baptized? Court doesn't understand. Hinduism does not need baptism and shahadat and all those religious labeling. We don't have to go to be member of church and all that. But that's where Hinduism is. But the court discounted and made him pay even her legal costs because you're not being sincere. You're not being respectful to the. You're not showing your faith properly. The point being, you don't realize what kind of problem end up being. Again, I don't want to say again that I have seen wonderful marriages. But make sure, if you get into deep into it, make sure you understand what is the mindset of that party, whether it matches, and just because of love, don't settle that everything will work out. No, talk out clearly, share, and respect with equality. And I have covered in my book. Thank you very much. Yeah, please.
You talked about the case about the Hindu and the Jewish. You said you spoke to the gentleman who is Hindu. Did you also get an opportunity or try to get an opportunity to talk to the other side to get their story?
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I want to do it. This is just a very recent case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. And yes, I'm going to do. No, that is very valid point because you don't want to hear only one side of the story. There are always other side of stories. But the point being that he could not convince court that he is a serious religious person. That I understand because in Abrahamic faith there are clear do's and don'ts. Versus in Hindu faith it's so fluid. You don't have to go to temple, you don't have to do several things. But he was doing meditation for 20 years. I mean that's good enough. I would say that yeah, he's a Hindu.
No, I understood your role as being an arbiter even before the court scenario, right? Did I understand that right?
Actually, I came in the picture later on.
Oh, later.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I have 1,200 other cases, so many issues people do face. But yeah.
So are you a lawyer in this situation?
I'm a research scientist in drug discovery. I spent 42 years scientific research. But what I'm doing is I'm using my scientific knowledge for interfaith. Science is not a faith base. Science is the logic. And that's what I'm using my scientific logic into these faith matters. Basically, anything I do, I go through, do research, just like in my labs I used to do, just do research and look for the logics. Where do we put?
My question is, how do you get involved in these interfaith divorces?
In 2006, I started my website, Interfaith Shadi. You may check it out, SHAADI. So once I opened that website, youth start coming to me. Google keep on sending me. This is the guy who addresses. I keep on advising, giving free service to everybody, and it keeps on coming. So people do keep on reaching me for what. Right now, I'm working on one other case. Somebody in northern part of India, he sent his daughter to Delhi at 22 years, and in 2 years she came back with a hijab, and now she's going to convert to Islam and wants to marry the whoever party she was in love with, and says, "What should I do now?" My question was, okay, 22 years she was with you. What kind of Hinduism you install in her? He says, 0. I say, why you are complaining now? So point is, this kind of issues, yeah. I mean, you go on my website, everything is on the website. You can read every day.
You offer
Please.
this as a service to people?
Yes, it's a free service. I'm passionate about what bothers me, why I start working on it, is that I found that Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, not good or bad, but I mean, I'm not saying that. But the point is, those are supremacist, exclusivist faith. For example, Jewish believes that they are the chosen people. In Christianity, they believe that you can go through Jesus only through baptism and Jesus only. And Islam believes that Muslims are the true believers, rest are kafir and could go to hellfire. Now again, extremists will view one way, others liberal will view different way. But in interfaith marriages, when you are get stuck with some exclusivist mindset, there is always going to be a problem. Versus if somebody is like Buddhist faith, we heard two things. When it's a fluid matter, there is not big an issue. I have seen so many Hindu Jain marriages. They get married, somebody does 70%, 30% here, there. I never saw any quarrel between Jain Hindus because there is no conversion there. You can follow same thing. She is a Jain and converted to Buddhism. I don't think it bothers anybody.
I'm not converted.
No, yeah, you don't. I'm sorry.
I follow
Correct.
Buddhism.
That's it.
Exactly.
So you don't have to convert.
Right.
So you follow. It doesn't. But when it comes to marriage and all that, it's when some other party says clear, black and white.
Right.
It's better to know what you are getting into it. If that's what you want to do it, that's well and good.
So are you married?
Payal, he's asking you.
Are you married?
Oh, no, I'm not.
So there's no conflict right
Not yet.
If anybody wants to buy a book, I've got few books, $10. I mean, not that I'm trying to sell it.
Are you married to the same faith or?
I married to my wife who I knew 6 years before, exactly same faith. So mine is not an interfaith marriage.
No issue.
No issue whatsoever. And married for 45 years, life's going really wonderful. Married life keeps on getting better every day.
Do you recommend marrying in same faith?
Question?
I don't have
Do
a
you-
question. Is it good to marry within faith or outside faith?
You fall in love with them.
I think important thing is you make. I always say make an informed decision. Who you are, what you want to do it. Don't convert. There are so many Hindus I know who fake convert to Islam. What do you have to do? You have to convert. Just go say la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. You become Muslim. Somebody writes it. You have nikah, and Muslim guy say, I promise you, you keep on doing everything every day. I know one such friend who converted to Islam, and for last 30 years she's doing everyday Ganesh Puja, and that Pakistani husband says, I don't mind, keep doing it. Meaning, I call it a fake conversion. They had no faith like what you are talking about. They just did it, what you have to do. Please Imam, okay, I'll do it. So, I said, don't do those kind of things. I believe you will agree, right?
Yes.
Don't fake convert to anything.
Right.
Take your time.
You're lying to
Because-
your own self.
Exactly. Why to make lies and deception foundation of your beautiful married life? You're not going to be happy that way. Because ultimately your faith may come back, new faith may be you exciting for time being, and later on you find out, it's not working out for me. Then you are stuck. So you are entitled, think through. Take 2-3 more additional year to get married. So that's my message. I hope it's reasonable. Yeah, please.
So I have a question.
And you are next.
What motivated you to get into this interfaith?
Yeah, it's a good point. I always, my children were going to college, and I said, and I start seeing what others, who they married to. So I always start preparing beforehand. And meantime, I got one of the friend, Hindu got married to, I heard that she's marrying to a Muslim. I sit down on Google, I cannot believe my eyes. Is it what she's going through? I mean, meantime, I got a wedding card invitation from St. Peter's Church. And right away, by the time I started knowing it, I ran to the St. Peter's Church. What does it mean? And they says, yes, you have to sign this prenuptial agreement. I talked to the parents. Do you know your daughter is going to do that? Says, no, my daughter will never do that. Point is, I realize it's so much confusion among children, parents don't understand anything. So I said, I don't care what you do, whatever you want to do. I don't have any problem with any religion. But all those knowledge has to be upfront, available, so people make informed decisions. That's my motto.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
We live in the most diversified area in
Yes.
the Bay Area.
Right.
We got all kinds of religions. And people, when they go out, they meet everybody and anybody,
Yeah.
And all of the Punjabi boys have been taken by Gujarati girls.
Yes,
So-
it's true.
So I I think so we are always kind of letting this becoming a welcoming thing, you know, and we are just embracing it basically, you know, like if I'm from Punjab, but I met this nice girl from Bangalore, you know, and they wanna get married, I think so we are adapted to this more easily now. I mean, it's not interfaith, but still interreligion or whatever it is, within India, then we say, Arey, किसी गोरे से तो अच्छी है ना.
Yeah, correct.
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Hindustan ki, but you know, pardon my language, but you know, this is what happens. And what I see, as the world is integrating, all these things are going to happen. People will adapt to it, and it'll be an integrated world, and there'll be all sorts of weddings and marriages and children going in different directions. We listen to our parents and all that. New generations,
Yeah.
they should be given the choice of making their own decision which religion they want to follow. You know, this is not enough now. It's not that they're born into this religion and that's what you have to do. I had to question, you know, it was so difficult to kind of say, I'm a Sikh, am I going to take my turban off? It was so hard. But you know, like, then you begin to challenge and you begin to feel guilty and you go all through these things. Give them the freedom right from the beginning. I think, this is my belief is, let them become human beings first and then talk about the religion.
No, absolutely. So what you are saying is so beautiful. Actually, interfaith marriage should help increase understanding and should make this world better.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in any faith, I would say there are maybe majority are good, open-minded, but there are good chunk of those religious fanatic. And when you are dating in college, you don't know what kind of person is there. Like that lawsuit case I'm talking to. I mean, that's so horrible to go through lawsuits and fighting the rights, how many hours you will go to courts, and it's very painful. So that's why it's very important to make an informed decision, because you are marrying to only one person. You are not marrying to community and the particular religious book. And what that person has learned from that book, that is more important.
More important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
No, that's wonderful advice that you've given.